our guest of the day. He is a public speaker. We had him last week here, but we were talking about something different. Now, considering the fact that the world is becoming more digitalized with the coming of social media, youth nowadays in the society most of the times misuse the social media and use it for different purposes. Like the saying goes, social media is good, but how we use it is what is important in our society. And with the coming of the social media and digitalization, it has affected the productive nature of youth in our society today. So we will be having Nelson Msing will be telling us on these various social media platforms, how we can navigate through these various social media platforms and how we can properly use these various media social platforms. Good morning to you, Nelson, and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you very much. Good morning, dear viewers of DMRTV, and have a nice day.
All right, we are excited to have you once again here in the studio to talk about this important topic, and also considering the fact that it is also the holiday and most children, our youth, are open to social media and some gadgets, and now they don't make important use of these social media platforms. Now, before we get detailedly into the discussion of the day, we would like for you to give in simple parlance or in local parlance so that our viewers can best understand the definition of social media and the various social media platforms we have out there.
Okay, thank you. Without mixing words, social media is a digitalized, interactive technology which facilitates the creation, the sharing, and the collection of content, ideas, and interests, which is aimed at passing across messages or bringing in expressions in order to properly pass an important information. Without much ado, it also has to do with the aspect of visualization and text. Now, talking about the social media, we realize that we have a lot of the platforms of this social media, but we are limited to few. Like I said, it has to do with the aspect of content sharing, content collection, and content distribution. Now, some of these social media platforms we see in our day-to-day life are the WhatsApp, the TikTok, the YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, and we can name a whole lot of them. So, like I said, I always like to repeat the definition. Social media is a digitalized, interactive technology which facilitates the creation, the collection, and the sharing of contents, ideas, interests, and other expressions through visualization and other forms. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that simple definition and clarification as concerns the various social media platforms we have out there and how we can access them. Now, we all know that everything in life has its own advantages and disadvantages, be it social life, be it technology, social media, just to name a few. Now, I would like for you to give us some of the advantages and disadvantages of the coming of the social media, and we'll begin with the advantages of social media. We'll begin with the good one before we move to the bad one. So what are some of these advantages of social media?
Okay, like you have earlier mentioned, everything in life has the bad, the good, and the ugly. And it is always good to start by projecting the importance of something before looking at its negative effect. Now, with the coming of social media, I can say without mixing words vividly well that the social media has contributed very much to the educational sector of our present world, especially with the youth. You bear witness with me that when we were growing up, we had no phones. They were there, but very few. The means of getting information, especially as students, and when we are being given assignments, was actually very, very difficult. We had just the means of textbooks, which was actually very, very limited. But now, with the coming of the social media, we realize that there is an addition with the source of information as far as the educational sector is concerned. Now, with our present students, we realize that most of them will hardly hang around when it comes to doing their assignments, maybe getting to visit friends just because of assignments. The tablets are there. Some just get into it, they search, and they come out with good questions, come out with good answers. They provide answers to questions of life. And away from that, it has equally contributed because there are most social media platforms which helps in education. I, for 1 year, speaking as a public speaker, I did not sit in a class to learn public speaking. I studied public speaking under the Unique Coaching Institute, founded by Kimbi Randy King, a young and a vibrant entrepreneur in Bamenda. And what I learned from the Unique Coaching Institute online has greatly helped me in who I wish to be. Now, away from this aspect of the social media being a great research tool for for education, we equally realize that it promotes connection and communication among the youth. You bear witness with me that we are social beings, and despite whatsoever we do, there is this connection we must try to grow and develop each day. Therefore, the social media has helped the youths in creating friends. When I talk of helping the youth in creating friends, we must know that there are good friends and there are bad friends. So I should not be misused when I say creating friends. Now, when I talk of this creating friends, it is focused on creating good relationships. Then the aspect of communication. This morning, before stepping out of the house, I had said good morning to about 50 to 75 people. If I was to use the old method, you realize that it would have been very, very difficult to get this message across to these people, because in those days, our parents, when they want to pass a message, they will send a letter. The duration of time for the letter to reach where it is going to is always very, very long. Now, with the coming of the social media, WhatsApp, Facebook, and other platforms, you discover that it takes a second for you to send a message across to another person. So with this, we discover that our youth who are creative enough, who are positive, are able to create positive relationship, positive connections, and communicate in order to promote their moral, spiritual upbringing. Now, away from this, the social media has equally contributed in content creation, that is creativity of our youth. It has promoted highly the creativity of our youth of today,
and thereby creating jobs for themselves.
I'm telling you, if you look very well, you discover that most of our youths are actually self-employed. And it is because of this social media. Most of them get into comedy. And because of this comedy, they are able to make people smile. They are able to wipe away tears on people's faces. Because of this, their comedy, because of music, first and foremost, we know that music is food for the soul. Some get into music, and when this music is produced well, you realize that it actually goes as far as relieving the society, relieving a lot of people from their stress. So apart from what we had mentioned, you discover that the social media is equally a source of entertainment for everybody, a source of job creation for the youth. Then now, getting to the other aspect of social media as a positive impact, we realize that the social media has gone a long way to bring people together. It has helped in people having gathering meetings and so on and so forth without having to meet. Like we have the Zoom. People have meetings on Zoom. You do not need to call for people to leave Bamenda, leave Buea, leave Jang, leave this so and so place just to come and sit and have a meeting. With the Zoom, you even discuss with the people, you see them. With WhatsApp, you discuss with people, you see them. So it has really gone a long way to help our society. I know if we go on enumerating these things, we are going to take a whole lot of time here because there are quite many. But we just pinpoint these four is vital tool for research in the educational sector, promoting connection, communication, and relationship among the youth. Positive relationship among the youth. And we have creativity, content creation, that is creativity. And lastly, a source of entertainment and job creation for the youth. So that is what we can say for now concerning the positive aspects or impacts of the social media on the youth.